Good evening, everyone. This is Tracy Evans Langley, and I am here with all of my friends. Hang on. We are here for mystery stamping and for January, and we are glad you're here. It's obviously cold where I am. And what was I gonna say, ladies? I don't even know what I was gonna say. Um, so tonight we're doing a project that is very heavy with paper. So it's a little bit of stamping, but a lot of really pretty DSP. So it's a great way to use up some of your pretty DSP. And I guess we can get started. Let's see. Hang on. Well, maybe we will. Oh my gosh. Really should have put on my glasses tonight. Okay.
I thought
Okay,
you
there we
went to go do that.
go. Okay. Can I already see my hands?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we were kind of talking about this earlier. So this project, I'm going to tell you guys something real. I saw this project a couple weeks ago, and as soon as I saw it, I knew we had to do it for mystery stamping. The original project, the base piece is one of the large memories and more cards. So when I cut my pieces and gave you all measurements, everything was cut for a larger card base. Did I freeze? Okay. Okay, it's just freezing on my computer. That's weird. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. So I did make a sample today because I had a little panic about it, and I'm glad I did. So you could do all of these measurements. You would make this piece bigger, but you could do this on a memories and more card, and it'll basically you could do everything else the same. We're going to make a couple of adjustments to make it fit a standard card base because I didn't know if everybody had a memories and more card, and I didn't want to at that point I didn't want to like confuse this stuff. So all right, so that being said, what we all have or should have is a base piece that is 5.5 by 8.5, which is our standard. The way I cut my cardstock, this was my 2.5 by 2.5 piece. I did those the same color. Okay, and I did this for our layering, so this makes it easier. And you could just cut these. You don't have to die cut them. You could just use squares. So that's my first set, and I'm using Old Olive. My second piece is standard 4 by 5.25, and I have a square that is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then for my final piece, I have a piece that is 3.5 by 3.5. And then my small piece is 1.5 by 1.5. And I did use stylish shapes to die cut all of those. But like I said, you could just cut squares. They don't have to be dies. Okay. Then you have a scrap for your little greeting if you want to do that. I'm going to put that over there so I don't lose it. And then you have two pieces of DSP, and they should be 3.5 by 3.5. You want these to coordinate. Mine's going to coordinate in a really weird way tonight, but I think it's going to be okay. I really wanted to use this paper, and after I cut, I realized, oh wait, we're going to see both sides. So if you're picky about that, you do want to make sure that all four sides look okay together. But I've figured out how I'm going to make that work for this. Okay. And then I'm going to use for my greeting, just because we were just talking about it, I'm going to use the product of the month, the Fabulous Sayings, which I love because I overuse the word fabulous. So that was fabulous. And then I'm also, because I'm using oh my gosh, Lovely Blooms. I knew I was good. Hey, I remembered. I'm also going to do the lovely arrangements to stamp on my inside of my card. Okay. So that's where we are. And then I'm also going to use some Old Olive ink and uh, Secret Sea. So what we're going to do is when I did this card originally, I just built from the card base up. We're going to actually start with our layering piece. I'm going to hang on. I'm going to get these squares out of the way so I don't lose them, because I will. especially that little one. He'll jump and then I will never find him again. Okay, so we don't need those pieces right now. So I'm going to go in and emboss this piece. I meant to do it before we started. So if you would like, if your piece is white, you could stamp on it or you can emboss this. So do whatever makes you happy. I'm going to run around and emboss this real quick. And I just used the exposed brick because that's kind of a fan favorite. Okay, so we have that piece. So the next piece that we're going to use, you guys all good? Okay, you guys are going to be quiet on me again tonight. All right, so our next piece that we're going to use is our 3.5 by 3.5 piece. We're going to take that piece and I'm actually going to get a ruler out. I know I never do this, but I'm going to tonight. And we are going to mark this piece just so we know where the center is. You could also use your simply scored, or you could use a scoring tool to do this. Okay, so we're just going to mark this at 1 3/4, just so we know where the center is. Okay, so I just got a little pencil mark there. Okay, are we good? All right, if you're good. And I'm going to just use glue for all of this because we're doing so many layers. I'm not going to do any dimensionals except at the very end for my greeting. So for this piece, what we want to do is we want to center it up on our first layer. Okay, go ahead and glue that down, or I'm using glue because I like glue. Debbie would be using Stampin' Seal. Plus. He's getting there. Okay. All right. Okay. That looks pretty good. And I just embossed this because I felt like it just looked a little flat. You could actually, if you wanted to, if you were just doing the plain squares, you could emboss all the squares, which I think would be kind of cool too. All right, so that's our first layer. We're now going to take our designer series paper, and if yours is like mine and you need to think about it, you need to have, so my goal for this is that I'm going to have the green pieces be on the outside of my triangles, and I'm going to have the pink side be on the inside, and that will totally make sense to you in just a minute. So when you're folding this paper, when you start to fold it, make sure that you like these two sides, what's going to be your inside of your triangles together, and you like what's going to be on the outside together. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make these into 2 triangles. We're just going to grab your bone folder. You're going to definitely want it. And you're just going to fold it corner to corner in half on a triangle. So basically make a triangle. And I never remember which triangle this is. Who's my geometry person? Probably will remember which triangle this is.
It's a triangle.
It's a triangle. There you go. Geometry, not my thing.
No.
Which is hilarious because how much geometry do we do now?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I am not the math genius around here. That is for sure. Okay. So we've got 2 triangles. Okay.
Tracy,
now,
can I interrupt for one moment?
Huh?
Where did you put the smaller square on the rectangle? How did you position it? I missed that.
Oh, this one?
Yes,
just in the middle. I kind of centered it.
Okay.
I kind of just centered it top and bottom and then left to right.
All right, thank you.
That makes sense. So
Mhm.
um it's not
Proportionate.
perfectly symmetrical like we think it should be, but it'll be okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're not going to glue, we're not going to put any glue on the inside. We're leaving our little flaps. Okay. So we're going to take our two triangles and we're going to just butt them up so that's why we marked this point so we know where the center of our square is. And we're just going to glue these down. Okay. And I don't know why I put the lid back on. Okay. The other thing I'm going to tell you is be careful. Don't put adhesive on this tippy tip over here because it's going to hang off the edge. So you don't want glue there yet. Okay. And you're just kind of same thing that we did with the square, just kind of make sure it's even top and bottom. Okay. All right. Everybody good? All right. I'm going to let this dry for just a second since I'm using liquid glue. Okay. Did I lose you guys for a second?
For a second, it said recording stopped and then recording in progress. So I'm not sure what, unless you bumped something.
I didn't touch anything.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it came
All
right back
right.
on. So
All right. We have gremlins tonight, apparently. It's because it's so cold. Okay. So we've got our little flaps down and we're ready to go for the next step. So this is where I had to make an adjustment because when you put this on your card base, these little wingies are bigger than our space. So we didn't want that. So here's our little adaptation for this project. We're going to leave the top little wingies just like they are right now, but we're going to just fold these sides back and we're going to adhere those. So just drop a dot of glue or whatever adhesive you like. It's not going to take a whole lot. Mhm. Now I have glue all over me. Okay. So once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach this layer to our card base. I am sticky. Okay. And I am doing a little bit more glue than I would normally do because this is going to have so many layers. So I want to make sure that it stays put. Okay. And I think this card is one of those cards that it is easier to keep everything flat. Don't fold your card base. Just trying to it's just a little bit easier to get everything attached with it flat. Okay, so we're all attached. Everybody good? Okay. So now we're ready for those squares. So we're going to take our largest square and we are going to put that down right in the middle as a square. So we've got our diamond pattern with our DSP now, and we're going to just put that right in the middle. Everybody good? All right, what's everybody using tonight? Kathy, what are you using?
I've got the Nature's Walk Suite.
Oh yeah, that's going to look really good. That was the other one I thought about using tonight. And I'm gonna put a little more glue down. Tina, what are you using again? Loser. Amanda, what are you using?
The Hobby Haven.
Oh, fun.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool, that's.
That's a good one for this.
Brushed with Beauty is mine.
Ah, love that one.
Yeah.
And then what are you using, Rebecca?
I'm actually going with an oldie. I'm doing Be Mine. So
Oh,
the little,
I love
yeah,
that one. That'll be
little
cute.
Yeah.
That'll be super cute. Okay. So we've glued on our first square. So now what you want to do, just so you know where that's going to fold, is we're going to take our left side of our triangle, and this is why your that paper needs to coordinate. And we're just going to fold that in somewhere I've unfolded. There we go. And we're just going to fold that down like that. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on the right. And if these don't match up perfectly, don't worry about it. You're not going to see the middle when we're done. Okay. All right. So we've got our little flaps. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our next square, and this one we're going to set so that it's a diamond. Okay. And everything is just building right in the middle. See, I told you guys this was a low stamping card tonight. Okay. So you're just going to put that right in the middle. I'm going to hold it for just a second so that my glue dries because it's a little slidey. Oh, shoot. Oh, of course I got glue there. Okay. Okay, don't do that. Don't get glue on the edge. That's bad. Okay. Hopefully we'll get some. I'll let it dry and I'll get my little remover thing off after it. Okay. So now we have that square. So now we're going to take the last teeniest square, this 1 by 1.5 by 1.5. I'm going to put less glue on this one than I did on the last one. Maybe. Okay. It's got a little glue going. And this one, again, is going to sit, we're going to put this one in like a diamond also. All right. So everybody good? Yours look like mine? All right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put just a little bit of adhesive on your little flaps, and then you're just going to glue those down flat. And again, not too much, not as much as Tracy did.
You must have a new bottle of glue.
It is new, and yeah, that's the
Because
problem.
mine is about empty, so I'm really having a hard time getting glue out all the time, but
Well,
yours must be new.
I opened this one the other day when I was doing a video because I was like, oh, I don't want to like be fighting it the whole video, and then I just switched back. But anyway, it's okay. You know, and it's so rare I get to open a new glue. Like I use those puppies till they're gone.
Yep.
All right. So there's my, oops. Hang on. We're going to hold that a minute. Okay. Are we good? Voila. Okay. So the next part of the card, if you're using a Memories and More card, you've got more room down here at the bottom. We don't have any room down here. So, and I think I told you guys that you would want a bigger strip. You're not going to need this. So just set it aside. What you really are going to want is something that's about half an inch. Mine's a little bit bigger than that. I think this is a 3/4. So it's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to trim this down a little because I think it's going to be just a wee bit too big for what I want. But I think, so this is going to be our little greeting. So you just need a teeny little greeting. Now, the other thing you could do if you don't want to put a greeting on the front, you could put a flower or whatever you wanted in the middle. But ideally, it's you want to have your little greeting. So I'm going to do, I need birthday cards because I'm doing my birthday club, uh, mailing out my birthday club cards this next week. So I am going to do, let's see. Um, let's, oh, so I'm going to do, I think if it'll fit, I'm going to do To a Fabulous Friend. If I have to, I may just use my white piece because I think it might work better. Yeah, I think it's good too. I think, okay. So, okay. Close. Okay, we'll try it. So I may stamp on both pieces and then decide which piece I like. If I can get the stamp on straight. Let's try that again. I don't know why. I just never can. These long straight ones hit me every time. That should work. I think it's still a little off, but that's okay. Not that bad. Okay, so put it on something so I can actually see the, the white cardstock. Okay. I'm gonna close that so I don't stick my elbow in it. Okay. All right, what do you guys think? The white? Or, and I could trim down the pink, but I think I like the white.
I like the white, but
I like
either
the
will
white.
work.
I think I do too. All right, so we're going to use the white. Let's go with that. All right, so I'm just going to trim this. And you could, if you wanted to, if your grading is smaller, you could use one of the little banners from Stylish Shapes or any of the little banners. I'm just going to cut this because I used to rip everything. Now I cut everything at that angle. Okay, so if you wanted to, at this point, if you wanted to put some ribbon or something behind your little greeting, that would be really pretty. I didn't have anything that I thought would look good. Oh, I guess I could have used some of the uh, linen, not linen. Is it faux? The linen that's the, oh my gosh, in colors, the in color one. So I could do,
Oh,
yeah,
the
yeah,
that.
yeah, that. So I guess I could have done that, but I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use some bling anyway instead. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick this on. Have some dimensionals. I'll put one in the middle since this is such a long piece. Okay. I'm just going to center that up, hopefully. Okay. So voila, that's the hard part of your card. Everybody good? Okay. So now if you want, you can decorate the inside of your card. I'm going to grab just a piece of basic white. And I did die cut some flowers earlier. So I've been die cutting extra flowers when I've been playing with this set the last week or so. And I've been just using the extras on the insides of my cards, which I kind of have liked. So I thought I would do that again tonight. So but before I put my flower down, I'm going to use one of my I've got these pink flowers. I'm going to put some green leaves down. Do that. I think I'm going to do them green. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I do them in the green or should I do them in the Secret Sea? I'm indecisive tonight.
I think the Secret Sea
what-
will pop more on that green, depending on where they're going to be.
They're going to be just down here in the corner.
White? Okay.
I think you're right. Let's go with Secret Sea.
Now I'm debating.
No, Abby.
Either one, I think either one will work.
Okay. All right. Well, Kathy's debating, so we're gonna go with green. Because she's usually my sure bet one that
Sorry.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So we're gonna just do, and I thought about just stamping my flower on the inside. But then I would have to mask and do some other stuff. So I thought it was just easier to just have my little flowers. And I was cutting flowers anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cut those. And I just stamped them on petal pink with oh my gosh, Secret Sea. So I'm just going to kind of, and I am re-inking every time on this. And then I'm going to turn that one just a little. Oh, wow. Look how well I lined that up. That would never happen if it was going to show.
If you were trying to do that.
If I was trying to do that, that would have never worked that way. Oh, well. Goodness. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of my pad. Okay. So now I'm just going to close up my ink and I'm going to put down my little flower. And I am just gluing this. I want it to be flat. Oops. Stick it in there. This glue is slidey tonight. Okay. So now I'm going to grab my card base back. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this. Glue. Oh yeah, I think you guys are right. The green looks good. I think the blue would have not been, because of the card base being the old olive. I think that would have looked weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call, Kathy.
Yeah.
Good call, good call, Deb. Okay.
Yep. Thanks for the
So-
save, Debbie.
Good save. Okay. So I forgot one thing. I did decide I was going to add some bling, and I had some of the petal pink glitter somethings that Debbie and I used a long time ago on, I think, our first East Meets West, but I only had two.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Yeah, I remember those.
I know, and they're really pretty, but I only had two. So what I decided I would do instead is I'm going to just color some of the rhinestones with the petal pink. Maybe my marker will work. It may not be dark enough to even see it. Okay, well, best laid plans, right?
Well, I've noticed sometimes with the petal pink, it doesn't look like it changes, but once you pull it off the
Once
clear
you take-
plastic
okay.
and put it on, I
It
think you
does.
might be able, yeah.
Okay.
You're using the
Oh
dark
yeah,
petal
now I
pink?
can see. Okay, I can see it once I picked it up off the
Yeah,
table.
it's hard to tell when it's on the clear and then you have white behind you, but I think once you pull them off and put them on your card front, you'll be fine.
All right, well, maybe I can use my brush tip then. It's kind of getting it's a little. It has been loved. It's just. I'm coloring. I'm going to color two. I'm going to color 5 in case I drop one. I can't find it.
Oh.
It happens to me all the time. Oh gosh, you guys should have seen me with those
That
Valentine
happens.
ornament, those Valentine pieces or whatever they were. Oh my
Oh, gosh.
I had those things everywhere last week or 2 weeks ago. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put those on and figure out where I want to put them. Not sure where I want them, but we'll figure it out. No pressure. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just put it down there. All right, what do you guys think?
I like it.
All right.
It's fabulous.
Look, and I didn't even drop anything. Oh, and then I forgot to stamp my happy birthday on the inside. So I'll go back and do that. I'll add a piece and probably put it up at the top or something. All right. I told you guys this was going to go quick tonight. All right, so there's my finished one. Anybody else finished? Want to share? You guys really are quiet tonight. Okay. So while you guys are finishing, I'm going to show you my practice one to show you that you can do it with just squares. This
Oh,
was
nice.
this was my practice. So I got
Nice.
everything put together and I had it glued down and realized my flaps were sticking out and went, oh no. So we had our little adjustment. So it worked. And I didn't get this one as centered. I did learn that. So I am glad I did put this one together. So I had a couple of tips for you. So just centering this square, I think looks a little better. And then doing the flaps. You could also adjust the size of these. I think if you did these 3, if you did this square, the solid square, and then the 2 DSP squares, if you did them like 3 or 3 1/4, I think it might work to have them have the points on the card and not have to fold them back. But I kind of like them folded back. I think they're kind of fun.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, that you could probably just adjust it a little bit and if
Yeah.
you want the points sticking out, but
Yeah. And I started to do that. And then I'm like, no, because then you guys would all have to cut again. And I didn't want to stress anybody out. So I thought I thought tucking them behind was the least stressful option we had.
there you
I think
go.
that was a great save. I mean, that was really creative.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
and
know if I would have
highlight-
come up with that with all of you sitting here with me. So,
Highlight Tina. She's showing her card.
Oh. hang on, Tina. Oops, I gotta find you. There you are. Oh,
That turned out awesome.
that's really pretty. Oh,
That
look at
is really
you.
pretty. I
Nice.
love
Oh,
that.
that's gorgeous. I love it. Let me see the front again. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
so
turned out
pretty.
great.
Well, I know somebody who loves those colors and has a birthday in the next couple of months that you could save it for.
Gee, who would that be?
Oh, who would that be?
Oh,
Anybody else ready to share?
I can.
Oh, hey, Amanda, hang on just a second. Let me get over there to you. There we go. Oh, that's
Oh, that
cute.
turned out great too.
That's nice.
That's
Super
awesome.
cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
that's
that.
nice. Yeah.
Adorable. All
All
right.
right.
Kathy, are you ready? No
I am.
pressure. Oh, hold it back just a little bit. Ooh,
That turned out great.
Yeah.
that's really pretty. Oh, I like the leaf. I like what you did with the.
Yeah, so I decided I didn't stamp inside, but I embellished a bit outside.
I love that.
Looks
I really
great.
love that paper. I love that paper a
Good
lot.
card.
All right, Debbie, did you do one?
No,
You didn't?
no, I was too busy running around looking for a dog.
Oh, well, okay. Rebecca, you can't. Rebecca, will you take a picture of yours and share with us later?
Yeah, I sure will.
All right. So let's take
Tracy,
Kathy
I'll
off.
also show you all of these because I couldn't decide where I was going to stamp.
That's funny. I love it. Well, see, now you have some for your
Oh.
next project. All right, ladies. Well, I just want to thank you guys for stamping along with me tonight. I want to see your finished, if you guys will post your finished cards on our Facebook. I would love that. I will get it put up probably tomorrow. So there'll be a link. So there'll be a post. So post your cards. I want everybody to see how awesome they are. And then if you make any more, I definitely want to see those. So I guess we're going to say goodnight to the world. And for those of us who are hanging out here, we can hang out for a little bit longer and chat about what we want to chat about. And we will see everybody at the end of February. I can't remember what the date is, but it's the last Wednesday in February. So until then, everybody stay safe and warm.